Hello, it's Lindsay from the Vintage Button. I thought I would just come on and show you what I'm doing to build the advent calendars. So I'm going to do the labels. I found my Vintage Button stamp, which I am very, very pleased with. It was in a bag with material. I think it's because I was actually stamping on material with it, which is something we're going to do as we head into autumn and Christmas. In fact, we might start that tomorrow. I might do some stamping because we're going to start a slow stitch Christmas wreath tomorrow. I might see where we're at. Basically, that's my Vintage Button label, and then we're going to put the date. And because I don't have two twos, we're going to have to do that in stages. Then we just put the date in the middle, like that. Let's get the others done. Put the date in that one when I've got that one out. So I just got one of my large label stamps that I bought from an antiques place. Had like a furniture. It had like a furniture painting stall, and all these labels had writing in the middle, which I really didn't care for. But I saw potential in the actual labels, so I cut the writing out of the actual silicone label. So now I just have the labels that I can use. I think the only one I won't use probably is the pirate one. So I don't have children anymore that want such things for birthday parties or anything. But there you go. We have done How to Train Your Dragon and other sort of themed birthday parties in the past that have involved lots of crafting. Those days have gone, and that's okay. So what are we doing? We're doing that. I want that writing upside down because don't want it to detract. And not all of them. I need two of them for a back plate, or I might not. I might just have the wreaths. I'm still thinking things through, but I thought it was good for you to see thought process. I always think thought processes are useful. Okay. There we go. I will clean that off. I'll let it at a later date. But it's one of those, like, in the 80s you kind of had them. And they're just sort of fixed in there now. Little letters that you sort of line up and you put onto that little frame. You could, like, you know, in its heyday move them around and put different things, but it's just become the Vintage Button. I have done ones that I've made from sentiment stamps, like the silicone sentiment stamps. I still have those, like that one, which says the Vintage Button, the glue sort of, and that one that says reduce, reuse, recycle, which is a really nice. If you have sentiment stamps and you don't use them, if you're not a card maker, like I'm not a card maker, and there's only so many happy birthdays and happy Christmases that you'll want, chop them up and glue them on a bit of plastic and make your own stamps. Make use of what you have. Okay, I'm going to now, let's see, where am I up to? I need to just put the twos on, don't I? Okay. Let's get rid of the other. I don't want to lose them. These numbers are just off the front of a magazine when it was like a Christmas themed set to make an advent calendar of your own, basically. There we go. It's not going to be perfect because it's not perfect. the world's not perfect. But I think you see what it is. It's handmade with love. Should have got a smaller block really. This is what I had out. That's better. There we go. I'm going to do that one as well because that might come in useful. Go. Keep those numbers. Put your lid back on you. I had a comment about inks and stamps. So I think if stamps are not giving a good impression, and I didn't say this, like give them a run over with some very fine sandpaper, because sometimes it's too shiny on the impression side. Not all stamps are made equal. And I am afraid that you do get what you pay for when it comes to stamps. Having said that, some of my most favourite stamps I've got off the front of a magazine, so they're obviously cheap as chips, you know, they're made in the most cheaply way. I don't generally stamp on such a hard surface. If I was stamping on lots of things, I would have like a cushioned or a padded surface. And use good ink. So if you've not got good stamps, make sure you've got good ink. The cheaper inks, they just don't cut it. So I find that the VersaFine Clair, now it's not a permanent ink. So the permanent ink I use is the StazOn. And I think I do have some archival ink that I can't quite reach as well. But it's kind of like between StazOn and VersaFine Clair. This gives a really nice, well, you can see it gives a really nice stamp impression. And the things that I stamp and I cut out are generally with those. And I just, because they're about £8 a colour, I just get out, you know, when I want to treat myself to something crafty, I'll buy another colour. Right, so we are going to attach. I did trim one down because this is a bit narrower than I wanted. Is that the one that's been trimmed down? Yeah. So it is going to overlap a little bit, but that's absolutely fine actually. I don't think it matters. Yeah, that really doesn't matter. So I want to just stick this on there and then that on there, and then this will be the giveaway. And then we'll do that on the other books that are going to be in the Etsy shop, and there's one that's going to be a swap. But I would encourage you, if you want to like, if you want to buy one of the 5 ones on the Etsy shop, that will be amazing. They're going to be priced about between £50 and £60. It might be £60 by the time I've added up everything. And that's purely, and I still am not paying myself minimum wage to have made all the things that are in it. And to have sourced all the things that are in it. If you make stuff from scratch, you will understand what I mean. But I still think that that's probably quite nice. Let's not have that one. For an advent calendar, you can pay that for an advent calendar, and it'd be full of really mass-produced, horrible things. So, you know, and there's a mixture. There's things that I've found in there, and there's lots of things that I've made. And I'm quite, you know, like I'm doing the swap so that I can receive one. Really, I might have a look on Etsy and see who else is doing one, because I also thought it would be quite nice to have like an advent calendar to open as part of like a December daily or something like that. And then yeah. There we go. So that's the book label. Now, because we've not got like a full thing, which is okay, that's what I anticipated. I'm just trying to think, how am I going to do this? I'm just going to do the top bit first. and then we'll lift it up and glue it. This is why I was like, oh, how much should I do before I switch the camera on? And I thought, I'm just going to switch the camera on, and then you can see the thought process, because sometimes I just want to see the prettiness and I'm not so bothered about the thought process. And then other times I'm like, oh, actually, how did you do that? So let's stick that down. Like on a flattish surface. Oh yeah, I like that. And then we've got these bar things here. Just put a line of glue there, and then the bottom bit. And like I said, if you win, this is the giveaway one. If you win this, you can either make another advent calendar next year, or, you know, turn it into a journal. It would be nice to see it turned into a journal. Because it was like literally, when I found this book, this was a book I've rescued from a skip, unbelievably. And it was literally falling apart. The cover had become completely detached. Not on the inside, on the outside. On this bit, like the spine had broken from the inside and the papers were all coming out. So it was beyond my repair. And I just thought, well, I'm going to put it in my stash and it'll become useful. So I've held on to it for about 3 or 4 years. It's been waiting for its destiny. So we've got that. Now, do we put something on the back? Yes, I want to put something on the back. And we might just put a wreath on the back. We might just put a wreath on the back, I think. Or should we put the reuse? Where is it? Just had it. I think 50% of crafting time is spent saying, I've just had it. Where is it? There we go. It's here. My craft room is a massive mess, because I keep doing things and not putting it back properly. But I think I'll have a tidy before I do the wreath tomorrow. I'm quite excited about that. Do I want to do that in a different colour? No, we'll do it in that green. This gives a nice little nod that everything in here is handmade, even this stamp. So this is a stamp I've made myself. There's a video on it somewhere. I need to sort out playlists. I've only done the Junk Journal July as a playlist. There we go. I also, you know, like, stamps are not going to be a perfect impression all the time. And that's part of it. I don't worry about it too much. Do the same thing. Just glue the top bit. So how are you? What are you up to? I actually got a bit of an earache starting, so I sort of rested this morning. The week was a bit crazy, really, considering it was a bank holiday weekend. You know, like the previous weekend. It was busy at work, and then I had that away day yesterday. I think it's too fast for me to have caught something. But then I was in a room with 30 odd people I haven't seen for months, so that's where I always think, oh, I'm going to get ill. Particularly now I work from home, because you don't go, you know, like when you go places, but it's not the same as like when you're in a workplace. Yeah. So we'll have to see. I don't think it is. I think it's just might be overtiredness. That's what I'm hoping anyway. But there we go. Oh, look at that. That's exciting. That's starting to look nice now when it's on your, wherever you're going to display it. I might paint that bit gold. I'll go in after and I'll paint those bits gold. But that's very nice. I'm trying to do it so that you'll be able to see it. That'll be very nice. Okay, so that's the giveaway one. And then I have 5 other ones that are in various stages of being fixed. Oh, we've got 6 other ones because that's the swap one. I'll just drop one behind me. Here we go. So these are the other ones that are going to have presents in them. One of them, this one's quite bright, but I actually think it's going to be all right. I think once we get our little labels and stuff on, let's do a, I think it's still going to look special. It's not, yeah, that looks all right. Looks cheerful. Nice. So this is a napkin done in it's in a wreath form. You get 4 wreaths per napkin, and they were from Tesco, £1.50 ones from last Christmas, and they were in my Christmas tote that I keep under my green desk that I dragged out this morning because I was thinking, oh, I want to do these book plates, and I said I would yesterday. Trying to put some in the middle. Let's just put a swirl in the middle. So what I did was this morning I went and got a couple of the napkins out of the packet, took the backings off, found some nice paper. So this is actually paper from a book about music. It was like a music encyclopedia, and it's got like nice cream colour to it. Got some PVA, whacked it on. And then when they were dry, I've done this like kiss cut thing you can see to actually make the wreaths. And they look very nice. I thought I've got some there. It's gone cold. Because I've got a long sleeve jumper on. I even had my fleecy jumper on earlier on. I do feel the cold, and what's known as up north as nesh. And as I get older, I feel the cold more. So there might be some of that at play because the temperature dropped, because it was quite warm yesterday, and then when I came back, it was quite cold. Yeah. Oh, I like it. That's going to look really nice. Again, this is really old paper. Just like when I find the book page ends, I just keep hold of them. And then when it comes to making labels, I'll do that, the stamp thing. And then you just sort of create a really nice label. Oh, see, I want one now. I might see when I get the swap, I might see what that's like. And I might mount it into a book myself, because I've got loads of books that I've gutted and used for ephemera. There we go. I'm just going to have to use one hand for a minute because I've got some pain. Let's find another one. Right. That should be alright now. I have got endometriosis and I get like shooting pains. But it's gone now. I need to make sure it's the right way, Lindsay. Ah, got some gold. See, I think this will look nice with the gold sticking out. Yes, that's what I wanted. Yep. It's going to be cool. I might have a go sticking some bits in because I've got a bag with lots of bits that I've wrapped up from when I did a big sort through of stuff, and I made some stuff last week. So the things are, there's some like things that have been made completely, like finished items, and then there are other things that are sort of things to make things. I've basically put enough in there for there to be a really nice slow stitch project for you to do for yourself, which is to make one of those message scrolls that we made last Sunday. So try and find that. That's a really nice video, a slow stitch scroll, and it's really easy to make. I've put like some embroidery floss in, and there's like bits and pieces to put on the scroll to write, you know, like to decorate it. So there's one of those in there. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. That's cool. Yeah, there's loads of bits and pieces. There's some Christmassy things and there's some not Christmassy things. I've tried actually not to put too many Christmassy things in because you've probably already got all your Christmassy things by the time you get, Lindsay. If that doesn't fade, I will add some more. Oh, it will fade out, that'll be alright. I am a messy crafter, but I do make nice things. I say so myself. Yeah, that's alright. Oh. So we are motoring our way through. I've no idea how long this video is going to be, but I just wanted to do this. And I actually thought about like making a wreath up from all little bits, and it just didn't look as good as this, and I actually think I'm going to use these inside as like part of the present labels. So yeah. And these books, like, so you've got this book and it's sort of set up ready now, this book. You just have to replace the thing on the front, and either use it each year and make your own advent calendar up or pass it on to somebody else, or turn it into sort of an ephemera keeper or something. Just use it to, because the spine will be fixed, ready for you to just put some signatures in. If you've not got any big pages, use packaging paper, just sort of like double it up and make some pockets with your tracing paper. Put ephemera in. We might do make an ephemera keeper video, what to do with the big book boards, because you can cut them down and make books. We'll do that too, because these are the books I find out in the wild, particularly in the free libraries. They're the ones that are always at the bottom, and Sometimes I can't rescue the cover because that's where all the sort of wet damage is, but other times it's absolutely fine. Most of the time, really, actually. Oh, love it. I have to go in with gold pens and stuff. We'll see. Well, you see that stamp image didn't come out for the label, but I actually think it makes it look a bit better. You know, it's proper vintage. It's worn off over time. It's great use of old book pages. So we do have a video all about stamping images, and you know, stamping them, fussy cutting them out, using them as elements. That Happy Mail I got from Australia, the lady there, she has similar principles of not getting the like you know, lots of the single use stuff. So she'd done, and I really appreciated that. They were so nice to see other people's stamped images on book pages. Oh, look at that. So excited. So this is the swap one. Did I do a label for the swap one? I don't think I did. I think I'll just stick one of these on. How many of these I've got left? 2. Okay. I'll stick one of these on and then I'll do another label. All of these things take a lot of time though. Just sorting the presents out, it literally took me all day Sunday. It was a good job I had an easy slow stitch, because that was, you know, like I knew that wouldn't take long to do. So the rest of the time I was just sort of dividing presents up and working out what to put in them, what was viable to put in there. Because there were some kits I was going to put in, and then because of the cost, basically, I was like, oh, I can't ask for, I even feel bad about asking for what I'm asking, but no, I don't know if I've done that upside down, because writing's normally top down, but that's strange. I'm going to keep it like that. Go. Oh, that looks so good. And what I love about putting the napkins onto book pages is you automatically get that double layer, and I think what makes jug journals look really good is that layering of stuff. Oh, I do have a spare label. I'll stamp that in a bit. Do I have a spare label? Yes, I do, because I've got that label there. That's not the best one, so we don't use that. We'll use this one. And so how I apply, I just have PVA and I use it neat. I don't water it down. And I have like a big chip brush that I just keep in the water next to me that gets changed out every so often. And I just wring the chip brush out and use that and paint the paper that I'm applying the napkin to. And then while the chip brush is wet and before the napkin gets too soaked, I just smooth it down with the gluey chip brush. Don't spend a lot of time on it because then it will tear your napkin. Oh, I like it. You know, these books are old, they're a bit dinged up, because the places where they were found, this was found on a supermarket shelf, I actually got this double set, and then I got another double set a couple of months later. I couldn't believe my luck. Do I want that one for that one? I think I'm just going to, if you bear with me, I'm going to put another one. I'm so glad I found this. It's nice. I do like the idea of using the stamps to make your logo. Again, I've said before, I don't want to stare at a computer screen for any, you know, not in my spare time. Oh, that's not great. Oh, what do we use? I don't mind it. I might use that for the swap and then put that one in. Alright, can have a bit of writing at the bottom, can't it? I'll use that one for the swap one. We've been watching The Rings of Power, but we've not been watching, we've not done it like all at once. We would have done, but I think we were just this week. When it came out, the day that it came out, something happened and we couldn't watch it. Because we had, my husband had some family stuff he had to go and do. And, yeah, and then we just retired, we just watched one. But yeah, there we go. So we're going to watch the final third before they release more next week tonight. There we go. I'm excited. This one's quite nice inside, but it will get a little bit dinged up because I'm going to stick the presents in. But that'll be okay. Right, so let's choose one and put the presents in. Can we choose? I kind of want the shortest one because that'll work out sizings of stuff. This is one of my bags that's got lots of bits in that have been wrapped up. So let's do it. So that if you were going to make one for a friend, you would see how I've done it. Then using this strong glue again, I'm going to, I hope you can see, just move some chisel around. I hope you can see what I'm putting on. So that's the big one that I think I'm going to put towards the spine, and then because that's the thickest, and that as well. Oh, now I might need to add a couple more presents, so because I didn't quite work out as many as I needed, but there's still plenty. So this is definitely going to go here. Oh, I've got a bit of trepidation, but I'm quite excited about doing this. Okay, I'm going to just glue it at the bottom. That was what I decided, because there's going to be stuff slotted behind it. So this is a journal, handmade journal, made from a recycled food box. It had bars in it, nothing, you know, nothing smelly, and cereal box, and then it's got fabric samples covering it, and they're really nice. Well, even if I say so myself, they're really nice. Okay, I'm going to stick this one here. I think I'm going to have to glue it in two places, so this is going to definitely be 23rd, because that's the 24th, and this is going to be Christmas Day. So it doesn't rip. quite exciting. Let's see if I can get away with just doing it on the back. This is quite a strong glue, so it should be alright. And just because, I mean, I might do that's 24 and that's 25, I'm going to do the numbers all over. They're not going to necessarily be sequential. I might have to put a bit of glue. I'll just sit it better. Any better? Put a bit more glue on. That's how much glue we need then. Okay. To make sure that that'll still close. I'm sure it will. Okay. So then we see we can put some things behind. Oh, look at that. So that's there. Add the presents and we're just going to glue them in, and then later on I'll put the numbers on. So there's some like antique bits of ephemera in here as well. Some handmade things, like even the little tiny things are handmade. Oh, don't drop anything. I'll pick that up in a moment. But you're beginning to see, because I don't think I want to keep you while I think you need to see me fight with it. But you can see how many things you'll kind of get in the advent calendar, and you'll get a similar, some of the things are smaller basically, but they're the same things in this one. So it's kind of set up in a similar way. It's just that the things will be actually smaller because I've made some of the things to be smaller. But you'll get the same type of stuff. So there we go. Advent calendar will be hitting the Etsy shop soon, and that's a giveaway. So subscribe, like, comment, be entered in the giveaway, do all the things that make my little channel grow. I've enjoyed spending time with you today. I'm really pleased that this is coming together. And we can do some different things tomorrow. So tomorrow we're going to start on a slow stitch reef. And then there'll be other non-Christmassy things happening in the week. Alright then, I will talk to you soon. Thank you very much. Bye bye.